Thanks for staying with us. Now let's walk you through some major stories that made headlines during the week. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu orders the lifting of all sanctions imposed on the Republic of Niger following the coup in that country. The president gave the order following a decision by ECOWAS leaders to lift all sanctions on Niger, Mali and Guinea, three West African countries currently led by putschists.
And President Bola Tinubu also vowed not to pay ransom to kidnappers of scores of students and other people in parts of Nigeria. The Nigerian Senate has explained that 3 trillion naira allegedly added to the 2024 budget was statutory transfers to first-line charge of agencies of government not domiciled in the ministry. Senator Abdul Ningi had claimed in an interview granted to the BBC House of Service on Saturday that the 2024 budget was padded with 3 trillion naira.
The police have shut the popular Wuse market in Abuja following the recent crisis. The crisis broke out at the popular market following the alleged killing of an inmate identified by the Nigeria Correctional Service as Ibrahim Yahya, who was shot dead by security operatives as he tried to escape from custody.
Okay.
Well, it's that time of the year that Muslims observe Ramadan fast, and this period is for reflection, sacrifice, and holiness for Muslim faithful across the world. As it stands, the dusk to dawn fast lasts from 12 to 17 hours, depending on where one is in the world. This year's fast follows the sighting of the crescent of the Moon Sighting Committee, as Saudi Arabia announced that the first day of fasting will be Monday, March 11.
Muslims believe that Ramadan is the month when the first verse of the Holy Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. More than 1,400 years ago, the fast entails abstinence from eating, drinking, smoking, sexual relations during daylight hours to achieve a greater taqwa or consciousness of God. Ramadan and the night is the night lunar month which fast is prescribed for every healthy adult Muslim.
Well, for further perspective on this significance of this holy month of Ramadan, Imam Ford Ademi, who is the chief imam of the Al-Habib Mosque in Abuja, is live in our studio this morning for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Well, so we'll always talk about the significance of this month and what Muslims do, but please tell us, how important is this month to all Muslims around the world?
Well, thank you so much, and so Ramadan Kareem to the viewers there. You actually mentioned it. What makes this month most important is the revelation of the glorious Quran. And besides, you actually quoted the verse of the Quran. Allah said this is the month of Ramadan in which fasting is prescribed. I think the word prescription is significant here. It's like when you have, let's say you have a body pain and you have an ulcer. There are so many drugs that are available for you. You need a specialist who should be able to tell you that which one are you going to take that is not going to have a side effect in you. And that is why the word prescription comes in. Our Creator is the one who knows precisely what we are in need of, what are the things that can help us, what are the things that when we use we will have double advantage or triple advantage. And that's why I use the word prescription, fasting for those who could do it. Despite the fact there are some people who could not. But the essence here of fasting, it also creates what I call relationship between you and your God, between you and yourself, between you and other human beings. Because Ramadan provides us the opportunity for us to experience God physically. It is the only time that you know that God is actually with you. In fact, not that God is with you, now God is in you. It is only during the month of Ramadan. You have food, you have water, you have your family. You could lock the door and do everything and close your mouth and come out. But you will not do that because you are sure, no matter how dark where you are, God is there with you.
Okay, right, so I just wanted to put this out. Islam is a religion of peace. Yeah. Widely known all over the world. But some persons have this notion, you know where I'm going. Some persons have this notion that when it comes to insecurity, they try to link it down
with Islam.
Okay.
Okay.
It's something that a whole lot of people still try to grab. But some persons know that. We know that Islam is a religion. How do you explain that?
Yes, you see, I think there are so many things to this in which you have just raised. Those the people who are actually behind all this, they know what they are looking for. Everybody knows that everything about Islam is peace. And the enemy of Islam believes if you allow Islam to continue to be peaceful, if you allow Islam to continue what it is, nobody might remain in the world that will not succumb to the teachings of Islam. If you look at the so-called killers, let me put it that way, the terrorists, more than 90% of them, they don't know anything about Islam. I've had the opportunity of meeting the security agents, and they led us to prison where these people were arrested. Some of them were arrested. Somebody who called them the Amir of the group cannot read Surah Al-Fatiha. And Surah Al-Fatiha is the only thing that makes a Muslim, because that is what he will use to lead prayer. That is what he will use to pray. Somebody who called himself the Amir cannot read Surah Al-Fatiha correctly. Then you realize something is wrong somewhere. These are the cases of drugs. I don't know what they call that. There's a popular theory, I'm sorry, that try to bring people who are nobody, who doesn't know anything. You integrate them and you give them the name of Islam. If you look at what is happening in almost everywhere, let's take what is happening in West Africa, for example. Let's start from Mali, Maiduguri, Yobe. The issue of Islam, Mali has been the headquarters of Islam. If you see in the West African countries, Mali has been the headquarters of Islam. That is where the treasure of Islam in Africa, that is where it resides. These people now went there, they destroy everything. So if you open your eyes well, actually the victim of this so-called terrorists is actually Islam and the Muslims. So everything, and also in Nigeria, where you could refer to as the headquarters of Islam is Maiduguri. Don't forget the Kanembono Empire, who has been the house of so many things Islamic. They have been there, and that is where they are domiciled, destroying and killing. I just came from Maiduguri recently, where United Nations Commission for Refugees took us, some of us, on a tour of our camps, IDP. You see that these people is a deliberate thing to destroy Muslims and to destroy Islam, to destroy the roots of Islam.
All right. So, but now that you're saying this, and just on a very quick note, how do you think, looking at the unity in Nigeria as an important aspect, how do you think Muslims can, especially in this month of retreat, uniting with God, promote unity in the country?
Yes, it's about education. And what do I mean by that? The Muslim must be educated about his religion. The Muslim must be educated about other people's religion. The other people also must also understand the religion of the Muslims. If you look at it, Islam is actually the owner of what I can call the real development in the world. I'm not sure whether you are aware that what is referred to as education today is actually the creation of the Muslim. I'm sure you'll be hearing this for the first time. What is called the university in the world today, it is actually the creation of the Muslim. The Muslims have gotten like 4 or 5 universities before the first university got to Europe. And for about 250 years, Muslim has gotten a functioning university before the first one got to Europe. That is 1058 University of Bologna that goes to Europe. The Muslims have gotten the first university in Fez in Morocco, 859 AD. We have gotten an Islamia Academy, a multi-campus university that has been there. We have gotten Azhar University in Cairo before the first. So we own at what point did we now become healers, destroyers? And this is what everybody should be thinking. And the Muslim with Ramadan, it is the time that we show love and we give without any border. And this also, I believe, will also open ways of discussion and recognition and understanding.
In just 30 seconds, what are your expectations for Nigeria after this fast?
When we fast, the leaders and the led, consciously, you will experience what is called hunger. You will experience what is called lack of. Those who are in position of authority, they should be able to think of the people that they are being led, and the people that are being led should know that those who are in position of authority, that they should be patient with them in whatever condition. When we are patient with them, the leader is patient with the led, then we'll be there.
Thank you very much, Imam Fuad, for joining us on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy Ramadan once again.
Thank you so much, Ramadan Kareem.